I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Wayne Mouland. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I'm fantastic. Thank you very much, brother, for having me on the show.
Hey, it's a great pleasure to connect with you. Please do tell us, what part of the world are you in right now?
I am in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, which is a city just on the outside of Toronto.
And tell me which of your talents definitely brings this connection to fruition.
I would definitely have to say meditation and, dealing with the youth of today.
Dealing with the youth of today. Ooh, that sounds like fun.
It can be a challenging endeavor for sure, but yes, it is fun.
Yeah, so tell us more of how you do what you do and where we can connect with what you do.
Of course, I'm the founder of a meditation movement called Echo Movement. There's a Facebook group and also echomovement.ca, which is going to be launched next week. And what it is a meditation/humanitarian group. We raise awareness about meditation. We do daily guided meditations every day, the whole group together, no matter where you're at on the planet, at the same times, right? So the whole vision and mission is to have as many people, millions upon millions of people, all meditating the same 10-minute guided meditation every day at the same time, no matter where you're at, right? And we're working on getting meditation implemented into early childhood education and all the wonderful, different topics that come along with meditation as well, like, energy, vibration, all the things that, I believe that myself personally, if I had have known these at an earlier age, I might not have made some of the same decisions and mistakes that I made. So this is what we work on, getting that stuff going. And also I work on a project called Reviver Rejuvenation Ranch with James Ert. I think he was, you spoke with him a few times.
Yeah, he was on the podcast. He is the energy bunny.
Is he ever? He is indeed. I love him so much. He's fantastic, an amazing human being with some, we have some very aligned passions, if you will.
Yeah.
And, similar backgrounds and stuff. So, we just love doing whatever we can, especially for the youth of today. So James created the Reviver Rejuvenation Ranch for troubled teen boys from 14 to 17. And I will be launching this program here in Ontario, Canada, as the pilot one for the country in the summer of 2018.
Well, that's great. Congratulations. Love the work that you all are doing, bringing value to the youth. Hey, if we do get that in early, it does make a difference. It makes a tremendous difference. Who did you learn this skill from? The skill of really being a visionary?
Well, you know what? It came through a long path. I would have to say through the darkness. Most of my life, I made a lot of bad mistakes, a lot of wrong decisions. I went through the criminal lifestyle for the first 30 odd years of my life. It was about 10 years ago that I made my shift, my transformation into the positive way of living. And about 5 or 6 years later, found meditation. And that was the real catalyst for everything. It got rid of all the anger. It just made everything so much clearer. And you know what? When there's not so much noise going on in the background, it's a lot easier to think straightly, correctly, and make clearer, more, better judgment decisions with the direction of your life when you're in calm space.
Yeah. You definitely hear the calmness in your voice. Like, it's like, okay, I can go to sleep now. I can go rest now. Yes.
I do get that from time to time. I do a lot of guided meditations as well.
Yeah.
And you can see those on the website as well. But it's I tell you, I didn't always used to be this way, Angel. And, that's why I love my story, because if somebody like myself, I used to be an angry person, I can't lie. And if somebody like myself can turn into somebody like this, there's really no excuse for anybody else out there, brother. You know what? Anybody can do it, and it doesn't matter what you did or how old you are. Or, it's never too late.
It's never too late. Definitely the big tagline. It's never too late. Wayne, tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
Oh, that's an easy one, brother. Over the last 3 years, it's been about 2 years since I started Echo Movement, and about I would say the year before that, I did a lot, even then still, of charity work. Tremendous amounts of charity work with some wonderful organizations here and around the GTA, who do a lot of wonderful things with children, with terminal illnesses. There's a group called Million Dollar Smiles, $1,000,000smiles.ca, that we build playgrounds in the backyards of kids with terminal illnesses to bring some light into some dark times for the families and children going through these things. We feed homeless people through Feed It Forward. Feeditforward.ca. It's the first pay it forward restaurant in Canada. Or if you can't pay, it's okay.
Wow. Pay it forward restaurant. Wow, I love that idea. Wow.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Words, the English language, I don't know if bliss, joyous, peaceful. I feel purposeful, right?
Suggest to someone out there listening why they should do or even consider doing what you've done, Wayne, by flipping the coin, if you would.
Well, you know what? It's almost because I have three beautiful children, and I explain it like this. It's like having kids. You can tell somebody how beautiful it is to have a child, but they can't understand it until they have one. So it's the same thing. I say, you know what? You just have to just give it a go. You know what I mean? Give it a go, and do the 21-day challenge. Right? Do a 21-day meditation. Every day you meditate. When you wake up, even 5 minutes. When you wake up, 5 minutes. When you go to bed, 5 minutes. Every day for 21 days. Within those 21 days, take a day or two a week. Go to a nearby shelter, volunteer your time, and there's many different opportunities. Give Google a shot. You'll find something somewhere where you can volunteer your time to give back to the community. Hands down, guaranteed you can find something, right? So give that a go. And then you tell me how you feel, because it's incredible, brother. It's like no feeling I've ever had before, right? So.
Yeah. I have conversations, and I've realized that my mind is connecting dots consistently, right? And I'm just looking at your name, Wayne Mouland, right? But you could just split your name into Mo Uland, right? So it's like more. It's like more of Uland, right? Like more of Uland.
I never broke it down like that. I like that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Wayne, can we switch gears for a moment now? Let me invite you now into my time machine. I am surrounded by beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Wayne, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory would have to be when I was around 4 or 5. I know some people can remember further back than that, but for me, my earliest is about 4 or 5. I remember I wandered off from the house on my own, didn't tell anybody. And I just remember walking. It was winter time, and it was snow and ice on the ground. And I remember thinking, when you're a kid, some of the wild imaginary stuff that you can think about is incredible. But I remember thinking about, what if I'm God, and every step I take, I'm crushing universes?
Wow.
I don't even know what that means. I couldn't even tell you how I even understood what that even meant at that age. But it just goes to show you some things you don't learn, you've already had from birth.
There we go. Yeah. Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind? Mindfulness. Yeah. You thought that you just found mindfulness. The truth is, you've always had mindfulness.
Exactly. That's so true.
Ooh, that is amazing. Well, if we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
My favorite song when I was 12, I'm guessing that it was, if I got my times correctly, I'm thinking maybe a Tribe Called Quest tune at that time.
A Tribe
Yeah,
Called
that's
Quest.
Tribe Called Quest. Yes.
Yeah. It all connects, right? It's definitely a Tribe Called Quest. You're definitely that, right? Leading that tribe.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wayne, well, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to go pretty quickly here. Wayne, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes, of course, my beautiful children, brother, and the world as well,
Are you married?
No,
Do you have, well, you said you have children. How many children do you have?
I have three beautiful
Wow.
Kyle, Aaron, and Jasmine,
Yeah,
who
you
are
said that.
19 and 14.
Do you believe in God?
Yes,
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
yes, which is huge and growing every day.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No,
How about 3 hours a week?
no,
What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
that's a good question. I would say less than 8, however, close.
Wayne, after having 1,001 conversations in 3 months, I came up with a workbook. The name of it is Yours. And it stands for your own unique real self. Connected to that is your own unique real statement, your mission, if you would. If you had to share with us your own unique real statement, something that represents Wayne Mouland, how would you say that is?
I would love to spread the awareness of meditation and the awareness of self-awareness.
Love it. Wayne, hey, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I would love to say that love is the answer to everything. If you add love to any problem, it's problem solved.
Wayne Mouland, hey, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you very much, Angel. My pleasure, sir.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.